Starting the show.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, it's episode 173 of The Brink of Sanity. We have a bunch of people here today. Bry's back. How you doing, Bry?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Doing good. We're doing good. And then I have Lauren.
Hello, everyone.
And the Doc.
Howdy.
So we're going to do a bunch of stuff today.
Yay.
We just got done eating a bunch of Chick-fil-A. Just kidding. Bri, have you filled in?
Are we going to start with this already?
Yeah, why not? We'll just jump right into it.
I really don't understand what the big deal is.
With Chick-fil-A hating gay people?
It's just the owner who hates gay people. I mean, I bet you, if you think of, all the big businesses and restaurants or whatever in the world, I'm sure their owners don't like gay people or don't like whoever.
Entire states that hate gay people.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're a restaurant with a sign up that says, no gays need apply or, go somewhere else. It's just the guy who runs the place doesn't like gay people.
Isn't there a whole political party that hates gay people?
Exactly.
It's turning into this huge thing now, though. They had Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day, and apparently there was lines out the door. And so now they're going to have Kiss a Gay at Chick-fil-A Day, which is this Friday, where gay people make out in front of Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I did hear something about that.
Yeah. So it's turning into this huge thing now. It's crazy that people would overreact to stuff. That never happens.
Yeah.
Well, I think the owner maybe should have just kept it to himself. I mean, if you have your own views, that's fine. But then you don't say, yes, I own Chick-fil-A and I hate gays and I don't think they should get married and yada, yada. He put it out there, and so people responded.
But clearly he doesn't want the business of, roughly 10% of the male population.
Well, I mean, they're only in the South, so,
Yeah, there's no gays in the South.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying, it's not like they're going to close stores up north now because of that.
The whole thing is just so. It's just sad the way this is what we've turned into. We do actually have the freedom of speech and to have our own opinions on stuff. Just because somebody has an opinion that nobody likes, it's like, oh, we have to shut their business down and don't go to their business. I've never been to Chick-fil-A in my life, and I probably never will go to Chick-fil-A, and it has nothing to do with that. It's that I don't even know where the nearest one to me is.
You have to go below the Mason-Dixon line.
Exactly, and I don't see myself being in the South anytime soon. And I mean, if worse comes to worse and I have to go there, I'm not going to be like, do I want a chicken sandwich from the people who don't like fags, or do I want to go to McDonald's, or do I want to go to Wendy's? It really makes no difference. I don't know. The whole thing it's turned into this political bullshit of every little thing in the world. Some dope says some semi-famous person says something that's quote unquote controversial that 15% of the people don't agree with, and all of a sudden it's they need to apologize, they need to be this and ostracized from society, and it's the guy can say whatever he wants, and if you don't believe that or agree with him, then just don't go there. I mean, you don't have to shut the guy down and protest and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's the same thing with all these TV shows. We've talked about it before. Everyone wants to get the shows pulled off the air, and that 1 Million Mom group, they just their entire purpose is just get shows kicked off the air.
Yeah, I mean, there's people out there who have nothing better to do with their lives than to sit there and watch. It's like the opposite of The Soup or shows like that where they pick out funny, dumb stuff. These people pick out stuff that's I'm going to write a letter and I'm going to, whatever. Remember that 4-day period where Jeremy Lin was really famous?
Yeah.
That guy did he get fired? The guy on ESPN because he said chink in the armor? I mean, how stupid is that? I mean.
Yeah, they got that guy got fired instantly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so it's your beliefs. I mean, you could believe whatever you want. I mean, there's people stupid enough to actually believe some of the shit in the Bible, and there's people stupid enough to believe in Scientology or Mormonism or any of that stuff. And it's if you believe it, that's fine, but keep it to yourself, and you don't have to like infringe upon other people either because they don't believe you and you think that they should be shunned, or because they don't believe you and you want to jam it right down their throat.
Well, I agree that like I think now you have to be so careful, like if you're in the public spotlight, as to what you say. It's kind of
But you
ridiculous.
shouldn't have to.
Right,
That's the
I agree
point. You
with
shouldn't have to.
Well, I think people can say whatever they want to say. I mean, there is free speech after all, but then they have to deal with the repercussions of people who don't like it. I mean, I'm not going to say, I'm going to go stand out and pick in front of Chick-fil-A or whatever the situation might be. I can just choose not to eat there, and I'm silent about it. It's my own decision. But they can say what they want, and I'm not going to eat their nasty sandwiches. Like, that's the end.
Exactly. But I don't understand why there needs to be repercussions if somebody says something just because people don't agree with it.
Yeah,
it's not like he came out and he said, I don't want any gay people coming to my restaurant. That would be one thing. But just to be like, I don't believe in gay marriage. There's people running for elected office that don't believe in gay marriage, and they're probably going to win.
Yeah, and there's still countries that still pretty much feel the same way as that guy does. Like the whole country,
Yeah, like the whole Catholic Church.
I mean, we've moved ahead, but we haven't moved that far ahead. Where
you know those people that are they're molesting little boys in church. They don't believe in gay marriage. I mean,
yeah, molesting boys is okay though. That's
right.
Sure.
Well, there are repercussions for everything. If it's as quote unquote little as people no longer visiting your establishment, then that's what you get. I mean, it doesn't have.
I think that's what he's saying. People could boycott it, but to actually try and get the guy to go out of business is.
Yeah, like when someone on TV says something, it's always like the first thing, like, oh, is this so-and-so going to get fired for what he said? Like, why should he get fired? Okay, maybe he made a mistake and he should apologize to, the one person he had, personally offended.
But worse is now people are getting in trouble for their tweets. Like, you heard of, there's so many people, they'll tweet the wrong thing, or, NFL players or whatever, important people, they tweet, something by accident, they get in trouble. It doesn't make any sense. It's like... Don't look at their tweets if it offends you.
Exactly.
No one forces you to look at someone's tweet, whatever.
Well, Chick-fil-A is, they actually made steps to alleviate the problem. They made a Facebook profile of a teenage girl and defended Chick-fil-A using that profile in chat rooms.
What?
Wait, what? Say that again?
Chick-fil-A made a fake Facebook profile of a teenage girl.
Okay.
And she would defend people saying bad things about Chick-fil-A on Facebook. So that was their strategy to get people to stop getting mad at Chick-fil-A.
That's ridiculous.
Just to have one fake girl say something nice on Facebook.
I saw this article that said there are 83 million fake Facebook accounts. 83 million. That... 83 million at the time. People had the time to make fake Facebook accounts.
So how many Facebook profiles are there? 83 million and 200?
Yeah, seriously.
No, I think it said there were 600 million Facebook accounts. I guess in the world, I don't know. Apparently there's more Facebook accounts than there are people, apparently. I don't know why.
Well, I keep getting the people you may know. This one girl that's dead.
What?
Weird.
It's a sister of a girl who was on my Facebook page that I met when I was in Arizona. And it keeps showing, and she died because the girl who I met keeps, when she died was posting all this shit about her sister dying and everything. Right. And sure, every couple days it pops up, people you may know. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know her. And second of all, she's dead.
Ghosts you may know.
Yeah.
Ghoulbook.
They're actually, though, funny, there was a thing on the news, our local news up here, probably 3 months ago. There's actually a website you can go to. Somebody thought of this. You can go to it, sign up for it, and basically when you die, it erases all of your online accounts. Like your Facebook, your Twitter, your bank accounts, and all that shit.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What if how does it know you're dead?
You have to designate somebody in your family to be your representative, and then they contact the people or whatever and
they
say,
push the red button.
Yeah, Jay McKenna's dead, and we can eliminate him from cyberspace.
You have to text them, dying right now. Heart's kind of beating pretty fast.
You have to
might want to get
provide
ready.
a severed head.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I think they should make up Ghoulbook. And people make profiles of dead relatives and, post a little. Scare people. Boo.
It's morbid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so they have Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day was yesterday. So thousands and thousands of people went to Chick-fil-A, all who hate gay people. So it really is turning into a big political movement now.
Or people who like bad chicken sandwiches. I'm just assuming they're bad. I haven't actually had one, but
I had one. It was not delicious.
not delicious?
Exactly.
Okay.
How did it compare to like a Wendy's chicken sandwich?
Not delicious. Like it was years ago, a couple years ago, and I just went once, and I was like, that's gross, and I never thought about it again.
Is it like fried chicken? Like
Yeah, it was like breaded fried chicken with like pickles and mayonnaise or
greasy?
something.
Uh-huh.
I think it was
it
just
dry?
dry
It
and
was really
gross.
dry.
Yeah, it just wasn't good, so
Yeah.
I never went back.
I generally don't like fast food chicken most of the time
I
anyway.
like Wendy's spicy
Wendy's is okay.
chicken.
Yeah, Wendy's spicy chicken.
Yeah, Wendy's is good.
Delicious.
Yeah, I think that's like the more tolerable one, but most of them are not good. Most of the fast food places.
Actually, I like the Burger King one, even though it's like 9 million calories.
That's because it's just like a grease sponge on a bun.
Like the
Yeah, they put
Tender
like 2
Crisp
jars of
ones,
mayonnaise on
The
it.
Tender Crisp or like the regular original one?
The
No.
like old school chicken
Yeah,
sandwich
I was
that's like
just
5
talking about
inches
that
long.
with my boss today. He was like, with like the hot mayonnaise and hot lettuce on it.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
delicious anyway.
It's the only chicken sandwich that doesn't even pretend that it's real chicken.
Yeah.
Right.
So just
Yeah.
microwave it, and you're like,
It's just shredded up. like,
wilty
chicken
lettuce.
You
Yeah.
can play basketball with it. It's
Patty
like
farm.
just rubber.
It's still
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is
yeah.
good. I think we're done with our chicken sandwich talk.
We
I'm getting hungry now.
We got veered off into the fast food world.
Oh, everyone hates Dane Cook again.
Again.
Again, yeah.
Oh, is that because he made? I guess he said something about the L.A. shooting. I've been making jokes about it since the morning after it happened.
Colorado.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too. When I
Colorado.
heard there was a 3-month-old baby, I said I would want to shoot up the place if I was in a movie with a
See,
3-month-old
this is.
baby too.
I think this goes back to the point of like he has to be so careful. Like he can't talk about that now. Like he's a comedian. He makes jokes. So basically, you're forbidding him to make jokes about
Yeah,
it.
if
Does
you
that
go
mean
to-
everybody likes Daniel Tosh again? That thing blew over.
Yeah, I guess so. Wait, what happened with Daniel Tosh?
The rape
Oh, yeah.
thing.
The rape thing. You didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
He was at a club. I think it might have been L.A. I don't know. And he made a joke about like rape or something, and some lady got all pissed. So like, she was like heckling him, saying like rape isn't funny, rape's never funny, and he's like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if she got raped by like 10 guys right now?
See, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Except a lot of people didn't think it was funny, and they hate it.
Well, it's a comedy club,
Yeah, and he's a comedian. You know, it's like
there's
I mean,
no.
he's not a good comedian. but he's
no,
a
but like
Well, that was Dane Cook's crime. The joke wasn't very funny, but it's. I mean, it's comedy.
what
There's-
was the joke anyway?
It was. I heard the movie wasn't very good, and it's like 3 hours long. And if I was an hour and a half into a 3-hour movie that sucked, I'd be like, "Can somebody please just shoot me?" I mean, it's not like it's not even that offensive, really. That's comedy. Like every topic should be able to make fun of, and if you're that easily offended, then don't go to a comedy club.
You know, some people were booing, some people were clapping, some people were like, just you could tell they were
But
silent.
that happens with like any comedian that pushes the edge.
Gilbert
you know?
Godfrey made a 9/11 joke on 9/12. I mean, it's if you do it right, it could be funny.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that either.
Right, but that's
But that's you're free to not like it.
Right.
To like ostracize them and be like, "Hey, you should not be a comedian anymore." Well, maybe Dan Cook should not be, but you know.
yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, but I mean, just to say that is like, really, people.
I think it kind of depends on who you are, because like Gilbert Godfrey, like, you know, no one's gonna be like, oh, now like I think less of him. Like he's Gilbert Godfrey.
You either
Yeah,
love
nobody
or
even really knew Gilbert Gottfried was still doing anything.
Yeah, but even like his jokes are ridiculous anyway. Like no one really takes his stuff seriously. You know, like in terms of.
Gilbert Godfrey just recorded the audiobook version of 50 Shades of Grey.
I heard a clip of that. That was funny.
Yeah, he's
And
awesome.
there was a video of girls listening to it.
Yeah.
And their faces were hilarious.
I mean, no one's surprised if he crosses the line. Like, you know, that's what he is. You know, it's like take it or leave it.
Yeah. Oh, and the only other serious topic I have is that stupid Batman guy. The guy who did all the shooting.
Oh, that guy.
The shooting guy.
Yeah, the shooting guy. It just brings back the point that maybe these people do it because their face is all over the news and the media actually does make a big deal about them.
I think he probably like has schizophrenia or something. I mean,
yeah, but that's fine.
He's
But
of that age.
now you have all these like copycat people. If they just did the murder and they reported it but didn't say anything about the actual guy, I think there would be a lot less of that.
Right. The copycat.
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad you brought this topic up, Jay, because I've had a lot to say about
Well,
this.
thank you, Brian.
First of all, the stupidest thing when all these things happen, everyone's like, "Why? Why did he do it? Why did he do it? Why did this happen?" Sometimes people just snap.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people have just had enough and they snap. It really doesn't make a difference why.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to a lot of it.
Well, I mean, this guy's like, like 1% of the population ends up developing schizophrenia. It's actually a lot higher than people think.
Mm-hmm.
And it usually happens between like 20 and 25. It's usually so. This guy probably has it. He probably had a predisposition.
Don't people who get schizophrenia tend to be like more intelligent anyway? Like,
yeah, and this guy was right. Like he was doing a PhD, and then they just kind of like he fits the perfect profile of a schizophrenic. Like, he became like he just lost touch with reality, basically.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Doc.
were there any signs he was going to do it? No. I mean, they always say that. Oh, I had no idea he was going to do it. Everybody who knows me is always like, I think you're going to do something like that one day.
Well, even schizophrenics. I mean, most schizophrenics don't do stuff like this. It's like, even if you knew, like, you had no way of knowing that this guy was going to.
Right. It's not like the guy's out like, hey, don't go to the movies tonight because I'm going to go shoot everybody.
Yeah, he puts on Facebook, murdering people tomorrow at 8:00. LOL. Like, there'd be a lot less murders if people knew it was coming. It's like, oh yeah, I knew it was coming. That's why I wore bulletproof vest.
I think the problem is there's probably a lot of people that are like him that are like, potentially schizophrenic and, could potentially become violent. But you can't screen every single person. It's just there's a lot of people.
It was an isolated incident. We don't need metal detectors now at movie theaters. We don't need TSA anal cavity search at the movies and all that shit.
Well, going back to Jay's original point, I was reading an article about that, about how, like, everyone knows this guy's name and everyone knows what he looks like, but, like, most people can't name a single victim's name, and it, like, really pissed this one guy off. He was involved in some kind of shooting, and, like, no one knows who the victims are, but the shooters are splashed over all the newspapers and all online and stuff, and it just really pisses people off sometimes.
Well, that's not true here in Connecticut. We have the number one biggest victim in the history of America, Dr. William Pettit. We had a home invasion 5 years ago. This guy's like a state celebrity now.
Really? It didn't really make its way down here.
Yeah.
They changed the actual law now to if you break into somebody's house while they're home, even if they're upstairs sleeping and you break into their garage and steal something, it's now called a home invasion.
Oh.
They changed that from like breaking and entering or whatever like that. It's just so and this asshole is getting married this weekend, and I want to crash his wedding so bad. I can't stand
the
him.
person who got home invaded?
Yeah, his wife got killed and his daughters got killed, and his house, they blew up his house and all this stuff, and they beat him with a bat, and he lived, sucks. And he's just like Mr. like whiny victim, and he's just no, it's not even that. It's just like he's all over. The guy can't find.
Wait, he doesn't have the right to be a victim? That sounds pretty terrible.
He's a fame whore now.
Wait! They killed his wife and children and blew up his house, and he can't like cry.
And don't forget to
no. He, every time there's somebody, he gives like a 10-minute interview whenever anyone asks him a question. Like he just loves the media now.
Wait. This wasn't random, right?
It kind of was.
Like, they went out of the way to blow up his house when they were done?
They burned his house down. They burned the house down with the kid and the wife.
And they weren't angry at him?
Just Google Connecticut home invasion.
I think I heard about this. Did he have like 2 daughters or something?
2 daughters, yeah.
I remember.
They raped the daughters and then they killed them and then they burned the house down.
So, but if he like does an interview, you're like, shut up already? Like, get another family?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god.
No, don't get another family. He's got another family. He's marrying some girl that he met at some charity thing or something this weekend.
God damn him and his charity and his new girlfriend.
Yeah. God damn him moving on from being
the worst thing ever happening to him.
We had a murder 2 doors down.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's like half a block away, actually. Yeah.
Didn't he keep her in the bathtub for a while?
Yeah. He actually knew enough to fill up the bathtub with ice so she didn't start smelling quickly.
So what? I don't know about this.
Apparently they were always fighting, and the guy strangled her, and she died. So he went to the grocery store, bought a bunch of ice, filled up the tub, put her in the tub, and then left town. I'm glad
That's
you
not
find that so
funny.
amusing.
Sorry, that's not funny. It's just the way you said it. He's
Lauren
like,
is cracking up.
Going back to that Colorado shooting for a second, we really need to just calm down the media hysterical, sensationalism. It's not a national tragedy. I'm sorry, it just isn't. I mean, 14 people died is not really that many.
What?
It's many for one day, but in the grand scheme of things, if you add up all the people who have died in mass killings since Columbine, it's probably half of the people who died on 9/11.
Well, you can avoid shootings by not living in Colorado, apparently.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody, I was ranting, and somebody's like, "Oh, you can't. If we can't go to have our kids go to school, or we can't just go to the movies without worry about being killed, whatever." It's like, okay, well, on 9/11, people died at work, so should we just not go to work now?
Well, what do you think?
I like that. That's a good idea.
What do you think about the whole the gun control part of this?
Yeah, they wouldn't have shot anybody if everyone had a gun.
Or no one had a gun.
Yeah.
Or if everybody had a gun, more people would have gotten shot because they would have got hit in the crossfire.
Yeah. No, those people are idiots.
And listen, I know I do have a warped way of thinking about a lot of things. We're all gonna die. I hate to break this to you. We're all gonna die someday.
Whoa, rewind.
Wait, when did this happen?
Newsflash. Breaking news here.
Spoiler alert.
It might be kind of cool to say if there's an afterlife, be like, yeah, I was at the movies and I got shot. Might be kind of a cool way to go.
I'm gonna disagree, but you can do that. I mean, good luck to you.
I mean, if I was in that theater, I'd be like, hey, are we gonna get to see the end of the movie here, or is it gonna end?
I'd be like, I want a refund.
Yeah, Brian runs back in. He's like, all right, where were we?
You guys want to keep it down, please? I'm trying to
roll. Start rolling.
roll film, please.
But to be honest,
down in front.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's sketchy.
You get that smoke out of the way here. I'm trying to watch.
Hey, EMS guy, down in front.
Yeah.
Need a fan over here.
A fan.
Can you guys put the cell phones down? Jeez, we're trying to watch a movie here.
It's gonna be all over the internet how it ends by tomorrow.
Hey, police officer. Yeah, you can go back now.
I can't believe there was nobody bootlegging the movie in that theater.
Yeah, seriously.
They're all running for their lives.
Maybe that's why he shot them.
Hey, camcorders are so small now. Maybe they were.
I mean, you could just. I mean, if you record on your cell phone, the quality isn't half bad these days.
Yeah,
In
probably
all
better
honesty,
than...
though, you know what really would have sucked? If while that guy was booby trapping his house, he screwed up and he blew himself up before all that happened.
That would have sucked. That would have been amazing.
No. You gotta at least give the guy credit on some level for if you're gonna do it, you go all out and do it.
Well, I think the reason we don't see this all the time is you have to be crazy, but you have to be intelligent to pull something like this off.
Right.
Like he had a certain amount of knowledge because to kill this many people and booby trap his hat he kind of had some he must have known something or
Of course he did. He booby trapped his house.
Yeah, I'm just it's a rare breed that is that crazy but still knows enough to
and
be
he's
able
a
to pull like
danger,
that.
and he should either be in jail forever or I don't know, maybe give him the needle or whatever they do in that state.
He was crintelligent. Crazy and intelligent. You want to stop talking about murders?
No.
What else are we gonna talk about? The Olympics?
Oh yeah, that's happening.
Yeah, the Olympics are happening.
It's kind of boring.
Well, what are have you guys seen any events or sports that you had never seen before and thought was I don't know, I saw badminton the other day and it's ridiculous. It's I don't know. I mean, I've seen people play badminton, but the Olympic badminton is just insane.
I like all those sports. I saw it today, riding a bike in an indoor circle really, really
yeah,
fast.
I saw that too. Yeah.
That looks super dangerous.
It was a relay, there were 2 people or something.
Yeah, that was really dangerous.
I didn't really understand the 2 people because for part of the race, one person follows the other, then the first person kind of veers off, and then I didn't really know who was racing.
I don't understand a lot of these sports. I watched fencing, and they're like, go, and then both people swing, and then somebody gets a point, and I don't know what happened, and they do that 15 times.
Also, water polo. First of all, I was like, where's the horses? And
yeah.
Then I realized, all right, this is a different kind of polo.
They're all
The horses
sitting on
underwater.
they're all sitting on dead drowned horses.
but then, have you seen this? Like they're like assaulting each other under the water, and like it's just like they just blow the whistle and they're like, stop that, and then like 2 seconds later they just start assaulting each other again, and that's the whole sport. Like,
yeah, I didn't realize that. I just saw them throwing the ball back and forth, and then they showed a clip underwater, and they were like kicking each other in the balls.
But even above water, like they smack, like one guy smacks the other in the face, and then they just blow the whistle, and like he steps away for 2 seconds, and then just proceeds to go back and do it again. Like,
I just hold them all underwater.
Oh, what do you like? What brings you to the point where you're like, all right, I have to choose a career in life. I think I'm gonna go with synchronized diving.
It's actually pretty cool looking, though.
It's cool looking, but like to say like, all right, I'm just gonna do this every day for the rest of my life. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a weird.
Well, chances are you're probably gay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So you have that going for
I'm gonna say that most of them aren't supporters of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that now how you're gonna categorize a gay person?
Yeah, it's the new.
Yes,
You're not
yeah.
a supporter of Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
if you know what I
Correct.
mean.
It's a lot more words than gay, but
It's like the longest way to say that. He's a guy who's not of the Chick-fil-A persuasion, if you know what I mean.
not that there's anything wrong with
Not
that.
that there's anything wrong with not liking Chick-fil-A. Not everyone. I mean, you know, I don't not like Chick-fil-A, but I don't even know where I'm going.
You were becoming a Seinfeld episode. I think that's what was happening.
Yeah. So there's a lot of weird sports. But if you watch during prime time, it's only gymnastics and swimming.
I think primetime sports are like the most boring ones.
I watched volleyball. What was it, last night?
Oh, yeah. They did throw
That
in
was
some
kind of
volleyball.
cool. Beach
Volleyball's
volleyball.
okay, yeah.
No, I like watching volleyball.
I watched some soccer on the weekend.
Definitely did not.
But
do that.
I still think the best, like, most interesting sports are, like, they don't, like, you have to catch them on weird times.
You like the crazy ones. We have to like shoot a gun and then crawl through the mud and then swim and then punch a person in the face and then shoot an arrow.
Isn't that a boot camp to be on the SWAT, the Navy SEALs?
Yeah, exactly.
It's also, like, one of the events.
You win a gold medal and a ticket to the Navy SEALs. Those sports are cool, but you have to watch like at really random times for those.
I'm proud to say I haven't watched 1 second of the Olympics yet, but I am getting a major kick out of all the people who are getting pissed off for all the results being leaked on the internet.
Why are you going on the internet looking up the results?
Exactly.
I saw this Onion article that was like, the Olympics apologizes for not being able to bend the space-time continuum to show you the events on prime time, because Americans want to watch these events on prime time live, but they're happening like 8 hours before, so
Right.
I don't know how you expect them to do that.
Now, I'm out of work right now, and I'm on the internet a lot, and I have not had one result leaked to me.
Well, yeah, it's not on the front page.
Yeah, it's not like you just turn on your computer and it's like, Phelps won the gold. Oh, fuck you, computer. Like, you actually have to go look for it. That's like the people who like get mad when like a movie's spoiled for them. It's like, okay, well, don't look up the movie.
The thing is, like, there's like 18 like swimming events, so like whenever like it gets leaked to me, I don't even know what event he won. So to me, it like doesn't mean anything. Like,
Yeah, Phelps is in, like,
I still
11
think
events
like when it
and-
comes on prime time, like if I happen to watch it, like it's still new to me. I don't know what happened. I forgot it 2 seconds after I saw it.
Well, someone quote unquote spoiled Phelps's thing from today on Facebook. They're like, "Oh, he's got the 20th medal." So
You just spoiled it for me. I don't
I
like
know.
you.
I did that on purpose.
Well, the
And
best part that's come out of this is the new Twitter handle, NBC Delayed, where they're playing all old news clips.
Yeah.
Like JFK was assassinated.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's
Something about the Twin Towers. I don't know.
Yeah,
It wasn't too specific, but something happened.
Stay out of Lower Manhattan today.
Well, there's always that douchebag that has to put things on first because they think it's cool. Like, I remember like Walking Dead's on between like 9 and 10, and at like 9:55, somebody posts like, "Oh my God, so and so died." I'm like, the episode's not even over yet, and he's already like ruining it. That kind of person.
Lauren, you
gets
should
offended.
spoil Game of Thrones season 3 on TV because you've.
because I actually read the book.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like, like the books are out there.
Well, let me tell you what happens, Emil. No.
I don't watch any of these shows, so go ahead and spoil them.
Yeah.
No, it's just 2 seasons have gone by for Game of Thrones, and I just read the 3rd book, and it was
But
amazing.
there's already like 5 books, so like if you want to spoil it, it's out there. Like, if you want to watch, then just don't read the books or don't read,
So Drake, my favorite musical artist of all time.
Sure.
Uh, Drake is the guy from the Sprite commercial that needed to drink Sprite to be able to say his name. And he said he is the first person to successfully rap and sing.
First of all, I'm not totally convinced he's a person. And I'm not sure if this Drake character actually exists because I've never heard of him.
Did he mean comma through auto-tune? Because if that's the case, then he's still wrong. That would probably be Kanye. But, it also says he did not realize that music existed before 2011. So that makes sense. Okay.
What does that even mean?
No, I made that part up.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
No, there's been plenty of rapper singers before.
I have this theory that all rappers are like actually the same person. Because I don't know, I can't tell.
I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. If you put up a lineup...
Nowadays they are with that stupid auto-tune shit.
Yeah, I know, that
like,
stuff's ridiculous.
Yeah, if you put a lineup of like 5 auto-tuned guys together, I don't know how you would even tell the difference. This guy's more auto-tuney than the other auto-tune guy.
He's auto-tuned to a different tune.
I think it's a rule that we have to make fun of auto-tune like once every 5 episodes.
It is kind of the worst thing.
Yeah, it kind of is the worst thing.
The only thing I like it for is auto-tune the news, like the YouTube videos. Those are awesome. But beyond that, it's lame.
Oh, I saw a review for the new Ben Stiller movie.
He's still making movies.
The Ben Stiller quote-unquote comedy?
Yes.
That looks stupid.
The guy was surprised that it was not a good movie.
Who was?
The guy who wrote the review of the movie.
He was surprised that it was bad?
Yeah. It's like, well, I don't know. Ben Stiller always makes these classics.
Name one.
So
Tropic Thunder. That's one.
That movie was horrible.
That movie was awesome.
No, it was not awesome.
What?
It's
No.
dreadful.
I actually never saw it, but
You
It was
don't need
funny.
to.
yeah.
It was it wasn't like the worst, but it was not good.
The only movie I remember him being decent in was Something About Mary.
Right. Like
That
his
was good.
first movie.
That was like
ever.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know how long. It was a while ago.
If he retired after that, he would have been a legend. Well, maybe not, but so
You and me have a very different idea of legend.
so he's in that new Neighborhood Watch movie, and I'm gonna spoil this a little bit because it's a Ben Stiller movie, and if you get mad over spoiling a Ben Stiller movie, then I don't know. What to tell
Leave
you.
this podcast.
Yeah, then you if you're listening to this podcast, you probably
I'm guessing the end of the movie is they catch whoever the bad guy was.
Well, it's supposed to be aliens.
yes, the bad guys are aliens.
Oh.
It's a neighborhood watch, and they run into aliens.
Well, that's not really spoiling it. It's in the trailer.
Is it?
Yeah.
That makes it even worse.
The only trailer I saw was them walking around in like blue jumpers, and that was it.
No, there are new trailers.
And
where
Jonah
there's-
Hill mumbling or something.
No, good. All right. Do you guys want to hear clips of our old college radio show?
Yes.
You're going to be really surprised that this first clip comes from Bry because, well, let's just hear it.
Oh boy.
That guy's a professor of physics at UMass Lowell.
Transfer.
I heard, yeah.
Transferring.
Yes, we have high-pitched voices.
To not UMass Lowell.
All right, here we go.
Not Northeastern, because it's such a good school.
You guys need
Northeastern
auto-tuning.
sucks. I hate it. I hate everything about this school. Hate her about this school. I hate everything that has to do with this school.
What about Jay?
Hate Jay.
What about the radio show?
Hate the radio show.
What about me?
Hate you.
Who's that in the background?
Yeah, who is that?
Hate him.
Explain it.
Her, I hate her. Him, I hate him. You see that elevator? I hate it. You see that table? I hate it. The school is the biggest piece of garbage.
French fry potatoes.
I hate them if they're from here because they're not even the same.
So that's you
Who
can
the
see-
hell was that?
that was Jillian.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a story for another day.
I was gonna say that voice didn't sound familiar to me at all.
No, so you can tell a lot has changed from.
Yeah, I hit puberty.
Yeah.
You guys.
The whole thing was, I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know why our voices are high. We were like 20. Do you have any explanation for that, Bri?
We were drunk. That helps, probably.
Had you just been recently kicked in the balls?
I blame it on the shitty equipment at the radio station.
That sounds, yeah. And, it was on cassette, so. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's what happened. It wasn't that we didn't hit puberty at 20.
I think we all might have had higher voices, like
At 20.
Yeah, I mean, I think people's voices still get deeper after 20.
The technology was a lot worse back then, so.
It's true.
Well, I mean, we were using DATs and cassette tapes, and
and shitty mics without any like filters or anything.
Yeah, like squeaky mic holders.
Yeah.
We also sang songs. I don't know if you remember that.
So, but going back to that clip, you obviously must have listened to the whole thing. What set me off on that?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
We were talking about a spring festival and a guy who did like a freak show, and we were talking about how we liked the freak show.
Oh, what's his name? Mental Mark or something like that?
Something like that. And then you just started going off about how you hate everything. There was absolutely no progression between saying you liked the show and going off about hating everything. Yeah. Sounds about right. But we wrote and sang an original number as well. You know the phrase trolling, right?
Yeah.
I think we were trolls before the internet came around.
Before like trolls were identified.
Yeah, before trolls became a thing. Because I feel like the entire purpose of our show was to just piss off as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we did. So we wrote a song to piss off frat guys. And I'm going to play that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Are you there, Brian?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to play this.
You should know that by now. No, wait, we never.
Let me cue it up for a second. There we go.
4. I'm a fat jock, look what I can do. I can look just like you. Got my button-down shirt and my baseball cap. My khaki pants go off and on. Beer girls, wow. I'm a frat guy now. Bum, 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 bum.
I remember that song.
That probably sounded better.
We clap for ourselves. Yeah, so that was our college radio show.
How did you guys get a show again?
We had a 6-hour-long program, so that may explain some of the filler material we had.
Yeah,
I think to answer your question, they had to like show up.
Yeah, we kind of asked for it and they gave it to us.
Wow.
Why, you didn't think that was comedy gold?
No, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing. Please send me a copy.
I have hours of this stuff. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Yeah.
In the archives.
Yeah, I figured we could play 1 or 2 clips every time
Pointless
Bry's on.
blabber.
Rehash the memories. So yeah, trolling. I think that's pretty much what we were
Jay
doing.
invented trolling.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it.
You read an article on the bottom, like one person says one thing and the next person obviously has to say the exact opposite thing. It's like,
Yeah, like when I go on sites now, looking at the comments, I just like YouTube and ESPN. I think are the 2 worst. I just feel dumber.
I think
looking at the
everywhere where
comments.
there's comments, it happens.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I feel like half the time it turns into like a political debate, even if it's just like a video of a baby farting. People.
It always ends with Ron Paul 2012.
Yeah. Like, Obama sucks. It's like, okay, well, there's a fat guy falling down. So, thank you.
I don't know what that has to do with that.
Yeah, thanks for that.
It's got to do something to do with his healthcare plan.
Yeah. That fat guy fell down because of Obamacare.
Yeah, because he's fat because of Obamacare, which didn't even come into effect yet.
Yeah. So the email, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. I like to say that before the end of the show. Everyone turns it off when I say all this stuff at the end. At Nick of Sanity is the Twitter. And I just changed our Facebook to facebook.com/brinkofsanity. So
That's hard to remember.
Yeah, it's very hard to remember. And if you want to buy like a shirt or something to help support the show, you can do that. brinkofsanityshow.com to help Jay not be homeless.
Yeah. Jay likes food.
Who would have thought it'd be hard finding a job during the worst recession since like 1930?
Especially when you're not qualified to do anything.
Harsh.
Especially when you have no discernible skills.
Complaining is not a skill.
If it was, I'd be making a lot of money on this show. But apparently not. I don't even know how to get to the point where a lot of people are listening to you complain. We have we have listeners, but like,
Jay needs a lot more listeners that give Jay money.
Yeah, I need a lot more listeners to not be homeless. Let's put it that way. We got a couple of emails, so we can go over those emails. Let's see. That is for the other. We do a Knicks related podcast, the New York Knicks podcast.com.
Well, that must be exciting.
Clearly, Brian was not paid to advertise for said podcast.
Brian does not associate with the other.
If there's one thing everyone loves, it's the NBA. If there's two things everyone loves, it's the NBA and the Knicks.
Let's see. We had a listener, Gabriel, who sent in some stories he thought we might want to talk about. So.
Oh wait, you want to talk Knicks? I'd like to ask a few basketball-related questions, if I may.
Sure, why not?
Since you're the reigning expert here.
Okay.
Why is it that the NBA is the only league where players who've never done shit in their life, and somehow, or in their career, I should say, and somehow get branded with the label star, get to run their whole team, get their coaches fired, pick who was on their team, where they want to get traded to? I never understood that. Like, everybody's clamoring for this guy, Howard. The guy's never done shit. And all he does is piss and moan. I wouldn't want him on my team.
He made it to one NBA Finals.
And Carmelo Anthony, they rearranged the whole Knicks for him. The guy has the worst playoff record of any active player.
This is... Brian knows his stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, I agree with everything he just said.
I mean, he got a coach fired. He got Lynn kicked out. And they changed the whole way they play. This guy's never done shit. Okay, he won the college thing. That
we're
was
turning
10
into the
years
Knicks
ago.
podcast, but I agree. Like, I never agree with the Carmelo trade because he's very one-sided.
Well, I don't know if it's definitely the worst record of any 20 point per game scorer. It might be the worst playoff record of any player. That's because the Knicks have the worst owner in the NBA, and he makes nothing but bad decisions, and the Knicks will suck until we have a new owner. As far as Dwight Howard, the guy said he would stay if they fired the GM and the coach. And so they fired the GM and the coach, and they said, I changed my mind. I want you to trade me.
But that's the thing. Like, what's he ever done to get the coach and the GM fired? The guy's never done shit.
I agree with Bryce's statement. Like, no other sport do players have this kind of control.
They had a lockout, and they said they were going to fix that, and it's gotten worse since the lockout ended.
If you look at players, like, they barely have college degrees, and if they have college degrees, they really haven't earned them. Like, they should be playing, but they shouldn't be determining, like, the makeup of their team or making business decisions or
and you get these
decisions. Like,
players
that's why they have coaches.
These players that aren't great, but they're the best player on a shitty team, so everybody thinks, like, oh, they're a star, we got to keep our star or whatever. And then they play on a team that wins like 12 games, and then they're like, I want to be traded to a team that can win. Well, how about you play better, get your teammates involved, and then maybe you'll win a little more.
Yeah, no, that's completely true.
And there's the other thing, like, I think there are players that are smart enough to be in that situation, or there were players, like someone like Larry Bird or, players in the past. But now most of them, except for a few exceptions, are probably not smart enough to make those kind of decisions anyway.
Exactly.
Like, they should not be in that position. Like,
it comes down to needing an owner with balls who would go, hey, Dwight, you're going to play, and you're going to play your ass off for us, or you're going to waste an entire year of your prime by sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I hope they don't trade him.
And, you need an owner to do that. And if he starts bitching and not playing hard, you play him 1 minute a game.
And then you get these idiots like Lamar Odom. The guy's been on like 14 teams, and he pouts because he gets traded away, so he can't do his stupid reality show anymore.
Yeah.
And he pisses and moans while he's in Dallas. And all these players, all of them are like, oh, I want a ring. Well, play better. Don't take a max contract so your team could sign somebody else.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think you'll probably be able to live on $12 million a year.
yeah.
Unless you're Spreewell.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I want $25 million, and I want you to figure out how to make a championship team with the remaining $30 million.
Well, I feel like they have, like, these owners and stuff, they have no patience. Like, Jeremy Lin obviously wasn't the best point guard in the league. He was going to take a lot of work, but he was a smart kid who, like, probably was someone who potentially, it was a risk, but, it was an investment that you might have made. But they ended up going with Carmelo Anthony, who hasn't proven shit, and
I also wouldn't have wanted to pay Lynn.
No, that was a lot of money.
$15 million.
No, that was a lot. I don't totally disagree with that, but it's just in general, I think their attitude is, let's buy the star that does stuff now, but they have to invest or take some risk with younger players that have potential rather than just trying to buy everything.
Look at the Nets. The Nets are all excited because they kept Darren Williams, who they had last year, and they only won 10 games. And then they traded for Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson couldn't handle being the third guy on the Suns back when the Suns were actually good. So he went to Atlanta and didn't do shit. Now he's going to go to New Jersey or Brooklyn or wherever the hell they are.
That team's a mess.
Yeah.
They don't know. I mean, it actually takes smart and talented basketball players. You can't just have
luck.
Yeah.
Like I said, nothing's going to change until you get a GM that has the balls to put these guys in their place.
Well, that's why in the past 30 years, only I think 7 or 8 teams have won championships, because it's all just you get the best player and that's it.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Well, you go back to 1980. And I think it's 7. It might be 8 teams have won titles.
I'll take it to football, where the dream team was the Philadelphia Eagles, and then the Giants were just we'll just keep the players we have and just try to make them better. And no one saw them coming, and you just have to stand by your team and just do the best you can and not try to buy everyone, because that doesn't always work out.
Right.
It doesn't usually work out.
Not in football, no.
I don't think it works on, even in basketball. Well, I guess with the Miami Heat, that kind of throws off everything. But I don't know. I kind of didn't, I think the Miami Heat is just they just got the right combination of players, I guess.
All right, for more, go to the New York Knicks podcast, because
Lauren is,
people hate when we talk sports on this show.
That's all I know about basketball.
Gabrielle sent us a little correction on the last one. We were saying we don't understand what Pinterest is because are you guys on Pinterest?
No.
I'm
not on Instagram either, because I don't get that one either.
No.
I don't know what any of those things are, what you're saying.
Well, Instagram takes your photos and makes them look like old shitty photos.
Oh, now I get it.
Was that the one that also sends them to the FBI so they have your picture?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So what I'm going to do is start a program that takes your DVDs and makes them look like VHS. I'm going to be rich.
No, you got to make them look like Beta.
It'll take your iMac and make it look like a Commodore 64.
Sweet.
So he said, we were saying that people would post a picture of just broccoli, and it says there's broccoli. Apparently that picture of broccoli will link to a recipe. So it's kind of like a way to keep track of your things.
What?
It makes a little more sense than just collecting pictures of broccoli. I
guess you had to listen to the last show to know what the hell you're talking about.
Pinterest is basically collecting pictures of stuff. So
is Instagram. I think it's the same.
It's less stupid than I thought, but it's still completely terrible.
All these apps and whatever, I don't get them. They just don't make no sense.
You sound like an old person. These kids today and their apps.
No, I have a smartphone. I have tons of apps. Those particular apps don't make any sense.
Do you have the Brink of Sanity app?
No.
You're a faggot.
You have an app?
Oh, yeah, we have an app.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's, we have an iPhone app and an Android app.
Do I need your app? Because I go on the web and download your episodes. Why do I need it on my phone?
Well, you can stream. I'm glad you asked. You could stream the episodes without actually downloading them, so you don't use up space.
I have a podcast app that I just do that, because I can search for your podcast on just
You're ruining you. I just lost $100,000. Some people download them and they use up bandwidth space and space on their phone, so you could stream them live.
Gotcha.
So don't tell them what the other app is for. All right, so Frankie sent in a couple stories, so I guess we could talk about a few of those. A New York Police Department detective was suspended after the cops found a man tied up and being held for ransom in the detective's garage. Awesome. New York's finest, folks.
You'll never meet a bigger asshole than a cop.
Yeah,
well, that's not true. You will. Anybody who's been in the military.
Okay.
Crickets?
No, I was...
I don't really know too many people.
I was hoping somebody else would talk while I actually read this article that I just pulled up.
I'll vouch for the cops thing because most, I've only been pulled over a couple times, but they've all been assholes.
Yeah.
So they don't really know why there's a guy in his garage, but it looks like he's in trouble.
Interesting story you found, Jay.
Mr. Detective Person, do you know why there's a person?
I think back when
rental?
Why does there have to be an ad in front of every single video now?
It's 26 seconds too. It was one thing if it was like 5-second ad, but now it's like getting kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, a 30-second ad is like really obnoxious.
And sometimes like the same ad will repeat like over and over again.
Does A&P still exist?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw an A&P?
1991.
The grocery store?
Yeah.
What else?
I thought A&P was something like we have to tell our kids about, like that it used to exist.
Biggest crime that he shares it with a cousin who's a criminal. A veteran NYPD detective has been suspended without pay as the investigation continues.
This is a major case, especially a kidnapping, extortion, weapons found,
extortion,
credit cards, credit card blanks, paraphernalia to make credit cards. It's a big investigation.
They're really upset about the credit cards, not the guy locked in the garage.
Credit cards,
the extortion.
And basically he's off work without pay. Like, that's it? Like, is he in prison or something?
Like, you did kidnap somebody. You know why? Here's a vacation.
NYPD's Internal Affairs Division is trying to figure out what role, if any, the man who owns this Springfield Gardens two-family home, veteran cop Andre Johnson, played in a kidnapping that unraveled 2 days ago.
What role, if any? There was a guy locked up in his garage.
He played the whole role.
The alleged person that we
He played the villain.
Yeah, exactly.
The alleged person that we definitely found in his house.
Yeah, hi, I play the kidnapper in this.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to listen to the rest of that. We kind of got the idea. They don't know why the guy is there. Since he's a cop, they're pretending that like
this guy just fell into my house.
Yeah.
So he's handcuffed and tied.
This other story looks like the fattest man on the planet shot 2 of his children and then himself.
Is that his wife?
Yeah, it looks like his wife is way hotter than him, so I don't know why he's shooting everybody.
Because he probably realized it.
He was separated from his wife. So he drove to his wife's
But look, he's
home.
a Santa Claus.
He is, yeah. If he shot them dressed as Santa Claus, that would be different.
Maybe he went to SantaCon.
That's it. SantaCon's shut down now because one guy shot somebody.
Yeah, in July.
Yeah.
He's from Worcester. There's a Dark Knight copycat already.
I'd kill myself too if I was from Worcester.
Yeah, Dark Knight copycatter, only he was an idiot and he got caught before he actually did anything. Although he did have 47 guns, which is smart because you can carry 47 at once.
He's clearly not as smart as the insane killer schizophrenic guy.
That's a big trench coat to wear to the movies.
All right. He also referred to himself as the Joker. Did they realize that Bane is the bad guy in this movie? Nobody's dressing up as Bane.
Rush Limbaugh realizes that the bad guy is Bane.
Did that just go over my head, or was...
Probably? Yeah.
I don't actually listen to Rush Limbaugh, so I have no idea.
No, nobody's heard this.
No.
Well, you know what Bane is, right? Mitt Romney's old company.
Oh, right.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
No. Okay. All right, Google it. I'm not gonna explain it.
I tend not to read anything about Mitt Romney or Rush Limbaugh. So.
Well, I mean, it showed up like 2 days before. Well, 2 days before the shooting.
I do have to say it was a very intelligent joke. I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Dennis Miller joke.
If I knew anything about those two people.
basically, Mitt Romney used to run this company, Bain, where they bought companies and fired everybody and took all the money. It was like 20 years ago. It's a big sticking point.
Is that the one? Yeah, is that the one where he made a shitload of money, but he won't release his tax returns?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the bad guy in Batman is Bane. So Rush Limbaugh really said this on his show that somehow President Obama convinced Warner Brothers 20 years ago to start to make a movie about Bane. as the bad guy. Something. Yeah.
Yeah, the distortion is ridiculous. It's so...
Yeah.
Does he realize that Batman's based off a comic book?
Yeah, no, I know.
And an animated series? Okay. I mean, I know who that Bane is. I played Arkham Asylum for Xbox. It's a really good game. Okay. Well, Rush is a crazy loon. He should lose his job, because I don't agree with that.
That's right.
He should get fired and never work again. Isn't he the guy who said nappy-headed hose?
No, that was Imus.
Oh. He got another job, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he should have lost his first job. It was a terrible, stupid joke, but...
He was like, not bad on the... his show wasn't terrible. I mean...
He's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
He's like an old guy who used to be funny, and then he got to like 85 and doesn't know what's funny anymore.
His show's not even... I mean, I don't even think his show really intends to be that funny.
No, it was like more of a... I don't know. He just has like a good radio voice, I guess. That's pretty much it.
Is that all it takes?
I guess so.
I don't know. We should have a radio show then. Our voices finally dropped.
Yeah, finally.
Age 25.
Yeah.
Jay, I think we're ready now.
You know what? We're going to go back and listen to episode 1 of this podcast and be like, why are our voices so high?
In 3 weeks, we'll listen to this one and be like, why are our voices
Actually,
so high?
have you done that? Have you listened to like the first episode recently?
He burned it, I think.
Yeah, it's you can't even get it on the iTunes feed. It's like, hey, we've never done a podcast before. Let's not prepare at all and just try and wing an entire show.
Let's be funny for 20 minutes before we hit record.
Well, we still do that.
Yeah.
We were
do
hilarious.
that every time.
Yeah, we were hilarious in the living room before we recorded. But yeah, it was really painful. You think Howard Stern has a lot of dead air? Listen to episode 1. But we've grown. And now we've achieved mediocrity. So
Congratulations.
If you want to leave a voicemail, it's 631-676-1181. Does anybody have any other rants they want to do? Because I am out of topics.
Not that I can come up with at this moment.
Does everyone want to go to sleep? Because it seems like people are very into the show today.
Our energy level is...
Okay, I'm going to end this before we...
Cat made too much food.
Yeah.
Food comas?
We blame your coma-inducing food.
Fine. We're going to play the goodbye song.
Goodbye.
Unless
Goodbye.
You have nothing else, Bri?
No, that's all. I'll save some for next time.
All right.
I actually brought a lot this time.
That's right. We'll be back soon. Thanks for listening, everybody. You could leave an iTunes review. Actually, leave an iTunes review, because the most recent one says I'm responsible for ruining America. So maybe we should bury that one a little
Now,
bit.
wait a minute. Just 10 minutes ago, you said you were against message boards and all that shit. Now you want people to leave comments?
No, I'm
What if
against...
they start a political war?
I'm against stupid comments. Actually, if you want to start a
That
political...
guy was trolling.
Stupid
clearly.
internet comments is redundant. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That guy was clearly trolling.
Although, if you want to start an internet war and involve us, we could use the publicity. So that's the only time I condone it. So we will be back soon and buy like all my shirts.
So wait, the Republicans are blaming Obama, but they should really be blaming you.
I know they should. They haven't gotten word
They
yet.
clearly have missed.
Romney needs to
mistargeted.
attack this podcast.
Yeah, clearly you're ruining America.
Maybe we need to shoot another podcast.
Yes.
Then we'll get publicity.
That's right. I'm going to go on a shooting spree during next podcast, dressed as the Penguin, because that's topical, you idiot Joker people.
And everyone will know your names.
Yes. And I will dye my hair a crazy color, and everyone will be like, he's insane. Everyone who has a wacky hair color is insane. Goodbye, everybody. Awkward endings.
That podcast was awkward.
This show has been brought to you by Awkward.
By murder and Nix.
All right. This show has been brought to you by Awkward and Murder.
And serious things.
And serious, not funny topics.
And a little bit of sports.
And some sports. Sports!